you're watching the replay on YouTube, go ahead and skip ahead a couple of minutes. We'll get started shortly. Good morning, come in. We're gonna get started in just a minute. Whoops, if I can shuffle properly. Welcome in, happy Monday, everybody. I hope you had a great week last week. I know there was a lot that happened. Come in, come in. Thank you, Miss Sandy. Happy Monday, everybody. Good morning, Marlo. If you're new here, this is our weekly Tarotscope. This is where we get together every Monday to discuss the energy that is coming up for the week. We use tarot and oracle to uncover what is hidden. That way we know how to navigate through our week and we can do it through our power, okay? I don't know why I put that way back there. So if you're not sure, I'm looking at YouTube and TikTok. So I'm going to be looking back and forth. You need to hear what I have to say? Uh-oh. Brace yourself, Elizabeth. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Just Joe. So, yeah, we're in eclipse season, you guys. It's already been pretty dramatic, traumatic, and all of that. You know, it's weird because not weird. It's not weird, but I went back and looked at the reading that I did for last week and it aligned to what's been happening, right? And that's, you know, that's the way that tarot and oracle can work, right? It kind of gives us an idea of, okay, here's what is potentially going to happen. Here's what is potentially available for you to utilize. And then we use that information to better navigate. That way we don't react to things. That way we don't see life as happening to us. It's just a really good tool to be able to use to really help you to take your power back in your life, right? How can I protect myself from feeling others' energies? Ground and connect yourself and white light yourself, Marlo, just like we do in the tarot apprenticeship. Okay, that's exactly what we want to do. And there has to be this recognition of, okay, this emotion is not mine. I must be picking it up elsewhere, and so I'm going to just transmute it. Okay, I had to do that on Tuesday and Wednesday, you guys. I mean, the emotions of the world hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I haven't cried that hard in a long time. I'm not a big crier. And the emotions of the world just hit. So recognize that they're not always yours, or maybe they're just, you know, like a piece, and transmute them. So yeah, I know it's not easy. Okay, so let's get started. This is our weekly Tarotscope. Like I said, what we're going to do first is we are going to balance out our heart chakra. Our heart chakra is the connection between our higher self and our human self. And we want to make sure that we're not allowing things to stay right here, okay? Because we need our energy centers to be operating at all times. We need to be able to have this nice flow of energy so our body is healthy, so our mind is healthy, so our emotions are healthy, and so we can manifest the good things in life that we want to manifest, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to sit with our feet on the ground. If you can't sit up straight, like physically unable, that's okay. Just try to lay, you know, as aligned as you can, okay? All you're going to do is just relax. You're going to relax your shoulders, you're going to relax your jaw, and we're just going to breathe, okay? We're going to just breathe, okay? This bowl is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra, so just listen to it sing. It's only a few seconds, and just breathe and allow yourself to enjoy this moment. Breathe in the positive, exhale the negative, okay? Here we go. Just breathe. Now let's collectively take one super deep breath in. Pick up all the heaviness and all the fear and then blow it out. And just let it go, okay? We do not need to be carrying that stuff around with us, okay? You can do that exercise at any time. You don't have to have the bowl. The bowl is an energy boost, okay? But yeah, you can do that breathing exercise at any time in order to help to ground your energy and to really bring you back to center, okay? Wow, that mosquito bite's really showing up there, right? God, it's like a beacon. I made the mistake of sitting outside. You know, how dare I sit outside and the mosquitoes just swarmed. Okay, good morning, good morning. All right, so what we're going to do first is we are going to get our fairy blessing for the week. This is the overall blessing. So what I would like for you to do is focus on this oracle deck. Take nice deep breaths and focus on the deck. And I want you to ask the deck, what is our overall blessing this week? What is our overall blessing this week? Ooh, a blessing of movement. So when we have a blessing of movement, this is indicating that we are going to start seeing some sort of movement, either collectively or personally, right? It's number 8. Excuse me. 8 is a very karmic number, okay? So 8 is like, you're going to get what you give. Now, this could be, you know, your resources. It could be your energy. It can be your relationships. It can be all kinds of things, okay? So when we look at this as a blessing of movement, it can feel like things were really stagnant in the past, right? So now we're going to see some results of what we have given to the universe, because every decision that we make is a beacon out to the universe saying, this is what I want, right? So this week you will see movement happening and things coming to fruition, and we're going to find out just how that's going to turn up, okay? So what we're going to do first is we're going to use the divination book to get an overall energy, overall tarot card energy, and then y'all are going to pick the deck that I use for the daily pulls, okay? Can y'all see me okay? It's kind of shadowed on my screen. I don't think my mic is muted. I think everybody can hear me. Yeah, these cards are huge. They're oracle cards. Okay, thank you. All right, so what we're going to do with the divination book is we're going to knock on it just like we would a tarot deck, okay? Because we want to cleanse the energy off. We want to break up the energy that is hovering around the book, okay? And then we're going to use our energy centers through the palms of our hands, and we're going to connect to the book. There's instructions on how to use this book on the inside, okay? I'm just demonstrating for you. Okay, thank y'all so much. All right, so we're going to take a nice deep breath. Let it out. And you yourself, as I'm doing this exercise, you can focus on the book as well. And we're going to ask the book, what is our overall tarot card for this week? What is our overall tarot message for this week? And then we're going to intuitively turn to a page. We got the 3 of Wands, which is very interesting because it goes along with the blessing of movement. Okay, here's how it reads. You can use this book daily, weekly, or monthly. It's called Mystic Muses for the Modern Goddess. I wrote this book. All the tarot cards are in here. They're all mixed up. They're all direct and reverse. And all the readings are designed for you to take your own personal power back, okay? So here's how it goes. I'm going to read it as the weekly message instead of daily. It says, today you drew the 3 of Wands. Goddess, your ships are coming in. Be proud of the progress you've made. Whatever you've been working towards is making its way to you today, which is going to be this week because it's the overall card, and you will start to see the fruits of your labor. If adventure calls you, this is an excellent time to start planning. The energy is clear and you are in your power. Look at where you are, all you've accomplished, and the good people surrounding you. Feel proud of yourself. You deserve it. And now get ready for your next adventure. Okay? So the 3 of Wands is about your ships coming in. If you look at the traditional Rider-Waite tarot card, it's somebody standing out on what looks like a cliff, and they're overlooking the water, and they've got the 3 wands, and they're seeing the ships in the water, and the ships are making their way in. Okay, so this represents progress. It represents that you're in good company, you are doing the work, and you're experiencing progress, and you're going to be able to see that this week. Now, everybody is going to be different. It's going to be bigger for some, less for others. It depends on your own personal journey, but you are going to see some sort of progress within your journey. And if you don't like what you're experiencing in your life, that is just an indication of making different decisions that are more aligned to your true authenticity, right? To your true vibration. Does that make sense? You are in control of your life, nobody else. Okay, so now we're going to choose the tarot deck that I use for the weekly Tarotscope. Okay, so deck 1, we have the Wizard's Tarot, or deck 2, we have Tarot Mucha. I like saying that. So deck 1, Wizard's Tarot, deck 2. You can vote in the comments. Please only vote one time. That way we can keep track of which deck has the majority. And y'all on TikTok especially, please help me keep count. Deck 1 or deck 2? You're obsessed with my cup. Look, I love my coffee cups. Those are little things that you can do within your day-to-day life to elevate it, right? Because, life is humdrum as it is, right? Get up, go to work, come home, cook dinner, go to bed, repeat, right? So whenever we do little things to elevate our day-to-day experiences, it elevates our vibration. So yeah. Okay, so 2s so far on YouTube. Who's winning on, or which one's winning on TikTok? Can y'all let me know? For those of you that weren't aware, like I use these cups and a matching saucer that goes with it. And that's just how I have my coffee in the morning. I make my own coffee. Okay, Tarot Mucha got it. Wow. Normally y'all go for a Wizard's Tarot. Okay. I like Tarot Mucha. It's a great deck. Okay. So let me get them all nice and mixed up for us. And then we will see what is coming up for us this week. I need to kind of move this book over because it's encroaching in my space. There we go. Much better. Okay, what do we need to know this week? What are our messages? Monday through Sunday. I used to do Monday through Friday. Let's find out what is coming up for us for the week. I'm going to pull one card for each day. We're going to talk about it. And then I'm going to pull some more oracle cards to find out what is coming up for us this week. Focus on the deck as I'm shuffling. Okay. Monday. Okay. We have the Page of Wands. These are different. I haven't used these in a while. The Page of Wands. Okay. So when the Page of Wands is in reverse, there could be some irritation as far as energy. Okay. Because pages always represent a young person or a messenger. Okay. When it's in reverse, it can be that there is this, either there's a message trying to get to you, but there's some sort of energetic block, or it is somebody that is kind of like lashing out emotionally or immaturely, okay? There's like a disturbance in the force here. And now it's a minor arcana, so it's not a big deal, okay? If somebody comes across you today and they are upset and they're just in a bad mood, don't let that energy leech onto you. Okay, don't take it personally. See it for what it is. See them for where they are in life. And then you send them love and you move on about your day. Okay, let's see what else. If you're waiting on a message and you're kind of like falling into that negative type of energy, be careful about doing that, because what you can do is you can turn this energy direct by changing the way that you see things, changing the way that you believe things, right? So let's say, for instance, you went for a job interview and you really like the job. You start thinking, after the interview, you're like, oh my God, I've nailed it. This is great. I'm going to be the perfect fit for this job, so on and so forth. Then the doubt starts creeping in. Then it's like, well, I don't know. Are they really going to pick me? Did I really do it? What if there's somebody else that's more qualified? What if they choose somebody else? What if they didn't like me? What if they didn't like the way I was, you start going through this negative, just rabbit hole. The universe is like, don't do that, because what that's going to do is it's going to create that negative experience for yourself. So if you're feeding yourself this negative information, it's going to manifest, right? Because that's what kicks into gear with the universe. Okay. So you want to tell yourself, you know what, if this job is for me and it's aligned with me, I'm going to get it. No problem. Right? So you can use that across different avenues of your life. It doesn't have to be just a job. I was just using that for an example. Okay. So be aware of how you're talking to yourself, how you're letting other people talk to you. Are you letting that happen? Are you engaging in negativity? We're not doing that, right? So we're going to let this be an example of how we're going to set a boundary with ourselves. We're going to police our own minds, and we're going to say, you know what? Everything is happening for my highest good. I believe in the universe, and I'm trusting in how it's going to push me forward, maybe a little bit out of my comfort zone, but it's at least trying to push me forward to my destiny. Did I have a real job? This is my real job. I don't understand. Exactly. If it's meant for me, let it be. If not, let it go. See, you remember. All right, let's look at Tuesday. Tuesday, we have the Three of Pentacles. Very good energy for Tuesday. Tuesdays, the Three of Pentacles is what we call the architect of the tarot, okay? This is making a plan. This is doing something by design. This is getting advice. Maybe you're giving advice or somebody's giving advice to you. So be aware on Tuesday that you might be coming across somebody that is giving you some sort of advice that's going to help you in whatever area you are focusing on, okay? You could have somebody coming to you asking you for advice and like maybe mentorship in something that you are good at, okay? It could be that maybe you're making plans for some sort of project, whether it be a house, a work project, a hobby, it doesn't matter, okay? It's collective, right? So Tuesday is a great day for planning, seeking advice, or giving good advice. Now, this advice is not like egocentric advice. It's not emotional advice. It is logical advice. It is like, let me teach you how to do this so it's, it can help you. That kind of advice. Does that make sense? Let's look at Wednesday. Oh, that much better. Wednesday, we have the Knight of Wands. So Wednesday, it's like, you know what? It's a great day spiritually. It's a great day for you to, if you want to travel, you can travel. It's a great day for you to really dive into your learning, because the Knight is about movement and action, right? We have a blessing of movement. We have the Three of Wands popping up as the overall energy. And we have this Knight of Wands going, you know what? I'm going where the energy is taking me. I want to explore. I want to learn. I want to experience. Okay? So it's a great day for, like I said, traveling. It's a great day for diving into your spiritual lessons. It's a great day for really tapping into your intuition and saying, you know what, let me see where this guides me today. Let me see what happens. It's exciting, okay? Because the Knight of Wands, a lot of my students, they know I'm not the biggest fan of the Knight of Wands, because he's kind of like one of those people that is like here 1 minute, gone the next. He's like, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. But that's not always a bad thing, right? It's not good in relationships, but it's not always a bad thing when it comes to your life, because we need to go through certain experiences in life in order to learn and to grow, okay? So, is he Aries? He is Sagittarius, actually. So, good question. So, yeah, Sagittarius is like, I'm all over the place. They have FOMO. They want to experience everything, everyone, all the things. And it's because they have this great desire to grow their soul. Now, there is a you know, a dark and a light side of that, a positive and negative side, you know. So it depends on where you are and what your focus is on life. I knew you were going to say something. She's like, because I know she's a Sagittarius. That's why you travel all the time. That's why you're never sitting still. um, Sagittarius are the party people. So there you go. But anywho, yeah, it's a great day. It's a high vibrational day. It is one, again, to explore and experience and to learn from those experiences, okay? Let's look at Thursday. Thursday, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. Isn't it interesting how we're getting these pages in reverse, but everything else is direct? So on Thursday, you know, the Page of Swords is not that great when they're in reverse because it can be that somebody says something very negative, or it's kind of like they text you, they DM you, they email you something negative, or like you hear about somebody like talking trash about you, which is ridiculous, right? So we have the Page of Swords in reverse, indicating that there is either something that you're going to find out. First of all, let me say this. Watch your tongue. Watch your mouth, okay? Don't talk shit about people because it never works out for you, okay? The Page of Swords in reverse is also about you getting some sort of backlash from somebody else. And again, recognize where they are in life. Look at them as a soul. Send them love and don't take it personally, okay? If you've been waiting on good news about something, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen on Thursday, okay? So it's not the best time to like text your ex or, you know, like message asking about something. So just kind of like hold back and pause, okay? Let's look at Friday. Friday, we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, okay? When the 10 of Pentacles is in reverse, it can indicate that there is a shift in finances. There is a shift in family. There's a shift in what we consider your legacy, okay? Now, this can happen collectively or it can happen personally, right? This could be that somebody decides, you know what, I want a divorce. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. I want a divorce. I want to part ways. It can indicate that somebody is deciding that they want to leave their job. So it could be you deciding you want to leave your relationship or your job, or you're witnessing somebody else experiencing that. And maybe you're there like, hey, you know, can I be here for you? What can I do for you? How can I help? Right? It's not the best day for investing on Friday because you could experience loss. Okay. So again, always check with your financial advisor. This is collective, so take it for what it is. But not the best day for finances, okay? Let's look at Saturday. Saturday, we have the 9 of Swords in reverse. This is why we read reversals, because this card is much better when it's reversed, okay? Because look at this card here. This person is worried, they're stressed, maybe they have migraines, maybe they can't sleep at night, right? When it's in reverse, the swords are falling away and the person is getting relief. So Saturday is going to be a good day, especially mentally. You might feel better physically as far as like your headspace. But yeah, it's like, no worries. If you're following this guidance and making decisions that are for your highest good, right? We always want to make decisions that we are in alignment with, not that everybody else is doing. Do you understand? You want to be able to think for yourself and do the right things for you. That's your birthday? Oh, happy early birthday. Good. All right, let's look at Sunday. Look at that. It's a brand new day. So Sunday, the Ace of Pentacles, much better when we're looking at the financial situation, okay? Sunday is opportunity. Sunday is really focusing on the physical of your life. So number one, it could be a great day to declutter, because look at this person. They're holding the pentacle. This is a gift from the universe, right? So we can see it as a literal sense of like, you know what? Let me go through my things in my house and look and say, you know what? Do I actually value this? Is there some sort of connection to this item, or am I keeping it around and it's reminding me of negative things, right? It could be that you get some sort of offer here. You get some sort of gift. You get some sort of financial opportunity. It could be you get contacted about a job or whatever opportunity. Again, this is collective, so it's going to be different for other people. It could be you're offering something to somebody or you're giving somebody something, okay? But when we look at the Ace of Pentacles, this is the best ace in the deck, because this means that there is fresh new energy. I need Jamie in here to tell me what the astrological alignment is this week. Because there's most likely some sort of alignment here on Sunday. But anywho, like, again, the Ace of Pentacles is fresh new energy. It's leading you into a whole different experience. This is like VIP type stuff, okay? Because you see this little archway here. This archway is indicating you're getting the golden ticket, kind of like on Willy Wonka. You're getting the golden ticket to gain access to what is behind here, okay? This is like you're getting something that not everybody else is getting, okay? So there's going to be, I don't see any major arcana this week, so it's going to be a little less dramatic than last week. Last week we had the Tower, we had the Ten of Cups in reverse, we had all Justice, we had all of this stuff popping up last week, and we saw what happened, right? This week, a little more calm, a little bit of nuanced things, right? But we'll see. Thank you. I was wondering if that was on Sunday. We had the partial solar eclipse on Sunday. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, there you go. The cards align. See, we see the eclipse. We see that big energy. And also in eclipses, we don't manifest. We don't try to do any spell work or ritual work. We don't do it. We just ride the wave. Okay? We can release, but we don't try to, you know, manifest and make things happen. You felt last week? Oh man, we all did, Naomi. We all did. Feeling much better about this week? Good. Yeah. See, and this is why we do the Tarotscope, because like I said, we have the blessing of movement. We have the Three of Wands as the overall tarot energy, and we have these minor arcana, right? And so these are kind of like just little things that, little bumps in the road, little speed bumps, little like things that are meant to direct you on your path. Yes, no moon water either. Does that make sense? And we can even look underneath the deck, see what's lying underneath it all. Oh, we got Strength. There's the major arcana and another number 8. So we have the overall blessing, which is number 8, which is a blessing of movement. And now we have Strength underneath the card or underneath the deck, which is number 8 in the major arcana. And this is taming the ego, not being afraid, and seeing progress in your life. Okay, much better energy. I like that. Just be aware of, you know, irritations possibly with other people on Monday and Thursday. Not the best day on Friday for finances. Like I said, it's not a good day to make a big purchase, make a big investment. Again, check with your financial advisors, right? This is collective. This is for entertainment purposes, right? But just know the energy is not supportive of that, okay? But you do what you feel is right for you. Again, it could be a day where you decide that, you know what, I don't want to be in this relationship, or I don't want to be at this job, because the Ten of Pentacles is about legacy. It starts with the Ace, right? So we're ending something here with the 10, and then on Sunday we have the 1 starting over, right? So this is like your legacy. You could decide that, you know what, I don't want this to be my legacy. I don't want this to be what I'm remembered for. I don't want this to be what I have to experience the rest of my life, so I'm making a change. That's what it could be as well, okay? So it could be a lot of things, but it's going to interpret differently for everybody depending on where you are in your journey. This is why we take collective readings as an overall energy, but if you need to know specifically what's going on with you, then that's when you get a personal reading, okay? All right, let's get some oracle. Yeah, and the Strength card is telling you don't be afraid. Do not be afraid, right? The universe is always directing us and guiding us and supporting us. And when you connect, you won't be afraid, okay? Strength is your favorite card? Yeah, it's a great card. You know, and the Strength card is connected to Leo. Leo rules the heart, right? When we do things through our heart space, we can't go wrong, okay? When we do it for the highest good, when we do things for the good of the collective, you can't go wrong. It might irritate some people, and that's okay. That's going to happen, regardless of what you do, honestly. So, yeah. Same, girl, same. She said, I'm a Leo, too, so there's that. Yeah, your authentic self. That's the best thing you could ever be. All right, let's see what else we need to know. What other messages do we need to know? So we have 2 3s and 2 8s showing up. So yeah, 3 is manifestation, it's creation, it's things coming to fruition, okay? It's the Holy Trinity. 8 is karma. It is connected to finances. It's more like what you give, you get. Okay. What else do we need to know this week? Now we have number 18, Magic Stream. Look at that. I'm going to read this to you because I love reading out of my oracle books. I think they have beautiful messages. So let's see. So 1 is the beginning of things, right? 1 is divine creation. It is masculine energy. It's getting something started. 8, we've already gone over. We bring it together. That is 9, things coming to fruition, which connects to the 3 of Wands, which is you're seeing progress, and the blessing of movement. You're seeing things come to fruition. See how that works? They all talk to each other. So here we have the magic stream. Everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story, with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, there is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all part of a continuity and a greater evolution. Like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of potential. When you remember you're part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. See, that's going along with what we've been talking about. This is about you being in your authenticity, you doing things that are in alignment for your greater good, because your greater good is going to be for the collective greater good. Okay? You have a few questions if I'm willing to answer it. Yeah, go ahead. That's what we do here. You're allowed to ask questions, so for sure. Yeah, your legacy. I love that. And that's the thing. Have you ever had an idea about something? This has happened so many times to me. Have you ever had an idea about something and you don't take action on it, but you're like, God, that would be like $1 million idea, or that would be so great, whatever. And then you find out somebody else has recently done it, or like a little bit later they do it. Well, that's because that idea is floating around in the collective consciousness, and whoever grabs it and goes on that timeline. They succeed with it. So it's telling you, if you have something pulling at your soul that you really feel aligned to, go for it. Because if you don't, somebody else is. And then you're going to have to sit back and watch them live your life. I practiced on making chunky pumpkins this weekend. That's awesome. Let's see what else we need to know. From a very young age, I've been drawn to witchy things. Yeah, I was too. I was too. Is there a difference between tarot and angel cards? Yeah, angel cards are going to be oracle, tarot is tarot. So the difference between tarot and oracle cards are, tarot is like a whole nother language. It's very intricate. It is very detailed, okay? Because you have 78 cards, and then you have them direct and reverse. So you have the major arcana and minor arcana. Then you have the suits, and you have so much involved in tarot. It's not just like basic, here's the meaning. There is so much symbology on these cards that is like universal symbology meant to tell you something, okay? Oracle is like what you see is what you get. It's a more just, here's the message. So yeah. You're still working on getting the messages from the cards instead of reading the definitions. Yeah, that's good. Oh, look at that. We have anxiety in reverse. We have another 18. 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so 18 is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday, we do have the Page of Swords in reverse, right? Again, remember how I told you that when you see something that is potentially negative, like that negative mindset, negative self-talk, all of that, right? It's telling you that here's the awareness, you can change it. okay? So if you have something come up on especially Thursday, or just something that has to do with maybe the number 18, maybe the number 9, whatever. If you have something coming up this week and it starts triggering that negative self-talk, you have to stop it. Okay? That is your job to stop it. Your negative self-talk is just programming from society, maybe from your parents or extended family, whatever it may be, and it's your job to stop it because you are in control of your mind. Your mind is not in control of you. Okay? So let me read this to you right quick. It's in reverse, so that's good. Oh, one sec. I'm still working on getting these messages. Oh, I saw that. How do I manage those pulls? Where do I start? I feel like my life is chaotic because I do not practice or take. What do you mean? How do you manage those pulls? Like what pulls? I'm sorry, I need more clarity to what you're asking so I can give you the proper answer. But if you're pulling cards for yourself, here's the thing, you guys. Learning tarot is not easy. Okay, if anybody tells you it's easy, it's not. Okay, that means that it's like what they've learned is like very surface level. Okay, learning tarot, again, is like a whole nother language. So please give yourself grace. All right, but here's another secret about tarot. And I know it feels contradictory, but all of my students, who some are in this chat right here in TikTok, also in YouTube, I always tell my students, it's so much easier to read for another person than to read for yourself. So if you're practicing tarot and you're only reading for yourself, it's difficult and you're going to doubt yourself because your ego mind is in the way. And it takes a lot of practice to be able to read for yourself to get that ego mind out of the way. So give yourself grace and know that it's an evolutionary process, and that if you have somebody that you can practice with, that's going to, and I wouldn't practice on the same person over and over again because then messages become skewed, right? But you want to have, a group that you can practice with. This is why I created the tribe, because the ladies in there, if they want to practice reading with another member, they can do it. And they build their confidence more and more, and they build their understanding more of their reading style and the tarot cards and how they can, come out and how they can be portrayed in real life. So if you want to trust yourself, then practice on other people, okay? I know it's scary, but I promise you, you're going to do way better than you think. I do not have a deck, but I've been wanting a deck for years. Where do I start? Start with a Rider-Waite deck. It's taboo in your country. Well, it's still taboo a lot of places, but yeah, get the Rider-Waite deck and start learning off of that one. Because if you learn off of the Rider-Waite deck, you can pick up and read just about any other deck out there. Okay. All right. So anxiety, number 18 in reverse. Finally, relief. This nightmare of a card reverse can mean one of two things. Either a recent problem is on its way out, causing you to feel more relaxed, or you have mastered the old habit of worry and have freed yourself from the anxiety within. Either way, anxiety reversed is a good omen of more relaxed and peaceful times to come. Maintain a trusting attitude and let the difficulties and fear thoughts fade away into the distance. See? Okay? Don't worry. And I know somebody just heard, be happy. Let's get this deck. All right. Let's see. It did? I knew it. All right, let's see what else we need to know this week. So yeah, very interesting how we have two 18s showing up. Look at that. It says fast progress. Move forward with swift precision and do what must be done now. Charge ahead. Embrace courage and determination, forging your path with confidence and readiness to overcome obstacles. There you go. Okay. Yes, I highly recommend to combine tarot with astrology and numerology because there's numerology in the tarot. There's astrology in the tarot. There is color psychology in the tarot. There's so much Kabbalah connection in the tarot because the tarot is based off of the Kabbalah, right? So yeah, definitely. Can I read that one more time? Sure. Give me one sec. Let me put this deck away. This is why, you guys, this is why in my tarot apprenticeship, we go through tarot ethics, how to connect and cleanse with your deck. We go through, you know, dissecting the deck. We go through numerology, colors, the chakras, angelology, the planets, the elements, the modes. We go through all of this stuff before we even get to the minor arcana. I'm sorry, the major arcana, and then we go through the minor arcana. Because you need to understand how everything is built upon itself within the tarot, right? So we're building that foundation first, and then we get into the cards so you can see those things and how they play out in the cards. So yeah, there's a method to it. It's not just about, you know, picking up the booklet and memorizing the cards. So there's so much more to it. You can get some really super in-depth readings if you understand how all these different aspects are playing into each card. So it's fascinating. Okay, so let me read this one more time. It says, fast progress. Move forward with swift precision and do what must be done now. Charge ahead. Embrace courage and determination, forging your path with confidence and readiness to overcome obstacles. So yeah, great energy. Let's see what the Kipper deck says. Oh, I appreciate that. So love your video. As a tarot reader, I completely agree. Good. All right, let's see what the Kipper deck wants to tell us about this week. What do we need to know? Okay. We have mature woman. Okay, number 6. So what does number 6 mean? 6 means family, nurturing, love, harmony. Okay, it's a very feminine energy. So when we see the mature woman, this is, you know, we all have this energy within us that we can connect to the divine, right? We can consider it this mature woman, right? Because she is receiving all this information. She has lived for a while and she can give great advice, right? So again, you might come across, especially maybe tomorrow, a mature woman that is going to give you maybe some really pivotal life advice. Maybe you're the mature woman or the mature person who is giving really great advice to somebody who needs it, right? Because she is very nurturing and she wants to help and she wants to guide you. So again, you can be that person, or you might come across that person this week who gives you that great advice, who is very nurturing to your journey. Maybe, you know, if you have a grandparent that you are really connected with, or maybe you haven't talked to them in a while, if they're still alive, well, even if they're passed, you can connect with them and get that advice, right? I say good morning to my grandparents who have passed, like their pictures up on my wall in my living room, and every morning I'm like, good morning, I love you, because I know that they're here with me. I know that they're guiding me. And you can do the same thing if they're passed. If not, then you might want to connect with them this week, because a lot of times they have great wisdom. Just be careful if they're very lack-minded, because that can really cause some issues. Let's do the spirit animal. Your grandma has been in your dreams lately? Ooh, you're getting visitations. That's good. Try to remember what they're saying or the feeling that you're having after you wake up. We're moving if we like it or not. Yep. Yes, been learning tarot for over 2 years and I'm still learning. There's so much to learn and memorize. Yeah, there is. It's a whole process. Here's the thing, you guys. You have to, like, if you really want to be a proficient tarot reader, you have to borderline be obsessed with it. Just like anything, if you're passionate about it, you will take the time to learn it. If you're not, then you won't. It's nothing personal. It's just, that's how we operate, right? So for me, after I went through my apprenticeship, I kept learning, I kept studying, I kept practicing, I kept doing all the things. And that's what has led me to a good career in being a tarot reader and a tarot teacher. So you can do the same thing if that's what you're passionate about. But there has to be like a very strong commitment, okay? And respect to it. Oh my God. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, my dog just got sick. Okay. Poor puppy. I could hear him out there on the other side of the door. Just, look, look. God. Sorry, y'all. It's Reed, not Douglas. Come here. This is Reed. He didn't chew his food, so yeah, it made him sick. All right, go lay down. Okay, let's get back to center. Okay, so I pulled this card before I heard all that. So, okay, we have White Stag, Protector. You are an old soul, which is why we see the mature woman, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off there. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. I mean, look how beautiful that is. Okay, let me read that one more time. White Stag, Protector. You are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Connected to this card, right? We were talking about that. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. See, the universe is always trying to encourage you. It's not trying to punish you. It's not trying to do anything negative. It's always trying to encourage you and to remind you of who and what you actually are, right? It's just we get so much programming and or things coming at us trying to tell us, no, you're actually not, right? And it's very easy to believe it once it's been like pummeled at you so many times. Let's do this deck. I haven't used this one in a while. And then we'll get into the money deck to see what our money message is for the week. All right, let's see. Look, oh, we have intimacy. Hello. What is intimacy? Intimacy is sharing your energy with another person, sharing a moment with another person. You want to know why so many people were affected by what happened last week with Charlie Kirk? It's because we all shared an intimate moment together. We don't normally experience that. You know, when somebody leaves their body, especially traumatically, this is why it affected so many people in such a strong way, is because not only their connection to him, but we all experienced a very intimate moment together. Okay? We as humans are not supposed to experience things like that. And it's like traumatic wise. Okay. So that's why collectively it was just people were crying, we were traumatized, right? When I witnessed that murder a few years ago, it was traumatizing, and it kept replaying in my head, and it wouldn't stop until I got Reiki and then hypnotherapy as well, because it's traumatizing. Like, we're not supposed to experience that kind of stuff, right? And I'm still grateful that the universe put me there, because I was the only person there that was willing to help, and it saved a life. But you know, it was a very intimate moment with somebody. So intimacy is not just sexual, okay? It's energetic. So when we see this as intimacy, this is about you connecting with another, connecting with yourself, connecting with the universe, okay? Having these moments where vulnerability is the key. Does that make sense? Oh, the sign card. Yeah, put it on your desk. Yeah. Cannot stop crying. Still creeping up through the... Yeah, I know. We were all traumatized. And especially with the gal on the bus. It's traumatizing. Luckily, I did not see that video. But just knowing what happened and the fear and whatever she went through, yeah, it's awful. So people, we're not meant to experience that kind of stuff. You know, we're not meant to be that way. And our souls cry out because we come from love and we want to experience love. And we, deep down, you guys, we all want to connect with each other. It's just we have these evil people running this world that don't want us to, because they harvest our energy whenever something traumatic like this happens. And I know that can sound crazy or like, conspiracy theory stuff, but it's real. Okay. So anywho, let's get rid of that for a minute. Oh, I know, Marlo, I agree. Okay. Let's find out what our money message is. Well, there we go. We have media. Oh, how does the media play into your connection with money, with abundance, right? We were talking about this earlier, how like, you know, you've been programmed to think that lack and there's not enough and only certain people can have access to money and blah, blah, blah. And it's not true. It's not true. We are finally waking up and realizing that all of this stuff that we've been fed is not true. And you can go against the grain in that aspect and bring in your own abundance by aligning through your authenticity and connecting to the divine and connecting to God source energy, whatever you choose to call it, right? So, okay, here's the basics of the media for your money. Step into the spotlight and get seen. Don't allow your talent to go unnoticed. Here's the thing, that so many people could be successful on social media or in media in general, but their own fear, their own doubts stop them, right? They're projecting something that hasn't even happened, some negativity that hasn't even happened, and it's causing them to stop. And so their dreams go unfulfilled. I experienced extreme stage fright when I was younger, or not even younger, like in the past, and I had to work through it because my desire to be able to sing professionally was stronger than the fear, right? And that fear was strong. That fear was strong. I had to put myself out there. I had to humiliate myself to make myself get over it, right? So I've been through some pretty stressful situations when it comes to performing, but it all made me resilient, and it made me be like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Just go have fun. Because here's the thing about life, you guys, it is extremely short. Extremely short. So why not go have the adventure? Why not put yourself out there? The only people that are going to criticize you for sharing your heart, your passion, are the people that can't do it themselves, right? As long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, it doesn't matter. Let's look at the second one. A career in television, radio, magazine, or any mass media job might be perfect for you. And number 3, it might be time to get more publicity if you want to increase your finances. Yeah, I have a lot of people that come to me that want to have their own spiritual business. And the first thing I have to tell them is, if you want to be very successful, you have to be seen. And I know that makes them scared. I know that makes them cringe. But as a spiritual practitioner, people need to get to know you. People need to be able to trust you. You can't do the faceless stuff all the time, because they need to connect with you on a human level, on an energetic level as well, right? You need to be seen, because people crave connection more than anything. So put yourself out there, and who gives a shit what anybody else says, okay? Like I said, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, it doesn't matter, okay? Let's see. Let's find out what our crystal is. Let's see. That's me. I'm scared to be seen, but I want to be a tarot reader. I need to do better. That's the thing, you guys. You have to want it more than your fear wants to hold you back. Most tarot readers will fail at the business aspect, and within like the first year or so, because they get discouraged, and it's not easy, okay? I had been working at my business, my coaching and all that stuff well before my account blew up on TikTok. Well before, it's a progress. It's a process, okay? So if you're wanting to be a full-time tarot practitioner and use that as, do it as a career to where it supports you and your family, then you have to go all in. And you have to have strong boundaries, strong ethics, and you have to have strong knowledge in tarot and everything that it encompasses, because you can't do as I say, not as I do. It doesn't work, okay? You have to be able to show people that you've been down where they are and you've gotten out of it, and you can advise them in that way, okay? I'm here for a total different reason, but you said exactly what I needed to hear. Oh, well, that's good. I hope it helps you. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Here's that bumblebee Jasper. So this deck was created by Denise, who's Drazak Den right here. And she is one of my past students. And she is one that is really putting herself out there. She's created her own business. She is doing the thing, right? She's got crystals. She's created her own deck. It is beautiful. So this is the second time we've gotten this card. So I'll read it to you, okay? You can get this deck through the link in my bio. You can't find it on like Amazon or anything like that. Okay, so it says, Bumblebee Jasper, opportunities, abundance, optimism. Bumblebee Jasper infuses your spirit with vibrant energy and the courage to embrace change and new challenges. Allow its bold, dynamic vibrations to ignite your creativity and inspire you to pursue your passions with confidence and determination. So there you go. So even if you don't have this crystal, you can use this card as a, I guess you could say, replacement for the crystal, because having this symbology, having the words on the card, give it energy, right? So that way, if you have the deck, you have access to all this energy. You can set it up on your nightstand, on your desk, whatever helps you to remind you of that energy, to help you boost your energy. Yeah, it's crazy how it keeps coming out. Let's see, what else? Let's do this one. What time is it? Oh, it's 11 already. All right, let's see. Yes, the book does have deeper messages for sure. Yeah, thank you for that reminder, Denise. All right, what else do we need to know this week? Oh, it didn't split properly. Let's keep going. Up, strength. Isn't that interesting? So we have 2 18s, we have the blessing of movement, we have the 3 of wands, and now we have 2 strength cards. So really powerful energy, okay? What is strength? Strength is courage. Strength is power. Strength is doing what is right, even though others may talk shit, right? Strength is doing the thing that you feel in your heart, okay? It takes a lot of strength and power to be able to do something, to be able to live in your authenticity, because a lot of people are afraid, right? A lot of people are afraid to be authentic. A lot of people are afraid to be themselves, so they wear a mask to be able to fit in. And that's not what we want to do in life. This one is number 46. So 4 is a grounded energy. 4 is also logical. It's doing what is necessary. 6, like I said earlier, it's love, it's harmony, it's nurturing, it's family, right? So it's like you're doing what must be done for the greater good. And we bring it together, and it's 10, which can be connected to the Wheel of Fortune, which can also be like the result of after completion. But then we bring it down to a 1, which is like 1 plus 0, and that is God source energy. Okay, it's action. So, wow, we have never pulled that card. And I haven't even pulled it in personal readings either. So it definitely needed to come out, especially to remind us of this card that was lying underneath the deck, because that's what's underneath everything, is not being afraid to step out into your own, not being afraid to be in your authenticity, not being afraid of, the crab in the bucket, people that want to keep you down. Hang on. I gotta verify myself. Whoops, went too far. There we go. So yeah, it takes a lot of courage, okay? Life takes courage. Doesn't matter if it's business connected, it's life in general. Life takes courage. And, I have a lot of people that come to me in very, I don't want to say desperate situations, but you understand what I'm saying. Like they're in a low point in their life. And I'm like, you know what? You can turn this all around. This is just a moment in your life. You have the ability to step out of this. You have the strength to be able to do this. It just takes courage to do it. It doesn't mean you're not afraid. It just means that you're willing to do it anyways. And that's what I did through like my professional singing. I was scared to death. Scared to death. And you know what? I did it anyways. And now I get hired to sing in all sorts of different places, right? So you can do it too, but you have to want it, and you have to do it scared. Okay? If you're at a point where you need encouragement, I strongly suggest talking to Erica. Oh, thank you, Molly. She changed my life. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate that. Yes, my life was fear in my way of business too. And now that I've dealt with that. Yeah, good. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love this. You ready? I forgot to do my little disclaimer about the Rebel deck, because the Rebel deck typically will like call you out and like smack you in the face. This one's much better. You are talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. Right? You are talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. Right? I have a lot of people that get mad at me for speaking up for tarot and for guiding people on what to look out for when it comes to tarot and all of those things. And then they want to argue with me, and I don't engage in arguments. It is what it is. Like, you know, whenever you research something, whenever you understand something, it doesn't have to be tarot, obviously. It could be anything that you're talking about or anything you're passionate about. Whenever you research something and you're knowledgeable in something, you can educate people. And sometimes educating people means you have to show what it is not, right? And people get angry, and that's okay. That's okay. Everybody has their opinion, but to get engaged into arguments, don't do it, because that's using your voice for stupid shit. See what I'm saying? So if you have these days where you have these disruptors coming in that we talked about, right? If you missed the beginning of the reading, don't worry. You'll see it all replayed on YouTube. But if you have these disruptors coming in, you decide, am I going to engage in this or not? And most of the time, it's going to be not, because it's not worth your time or energy, right? Because most of the time, it's like just somebody trying to siphon your energy, and we're not about that life here, right? We are focused on growing and evolving and stepping into our power and lighting the candles within others, right? So I hope this helps you. If you need anything else, everything is linked in my bio. I will be right back here next Monday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. But in the meantime, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me or check out the tribe if you're wanting to learn tarot. My inner circle begins in January. I have it's over half full right now. So if you're wanting to spend the year with me, getting accredited certifications in tarot, advanced tarot, and numerology, check that out. See if it aligns with you. If not, then get into the tribe, okay? So I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week, okay? Mwah. Love you.